Hello everyone, welcome to Dorothy Chia Piano, where I talk about all things piano teaching and piano learning. Today we're going to talk about piano practice. Now, all piano teachers know that to learn the skill of playing the piano, it's very important that the child has to practice and do the work at home. Now, what happens if the child shows up week after week and did not do the work and did not practice at home? What I hear, and these are teachers in Singapore, is that since the child didn't practice, then we use the lesson time to practice. So 1 week to learn the new things, and then 2-3 weeks following that practicing the things that they didn't practice. So we're using the lesson time to work through the practice. Usually this scenario plays out in teachers that just focus on exam things, and then the lesson after lesson is just practicing the exam things. So the kid doesn't do anything else. They just do minimal work. Okay, this also sets the tone to the child that it's okay. For my lesson, the teacher allows me to use the lesson time to practice, so I don't need to do any work at home. From the teacher's point of view though, and I talk as a teacher who has taught piano for 30 years, and I speak from my own personal belief that lesson time should be used to learn. And why? Practice can be done at home. You only have 1 hour, 45 minutes at the lesson. Why are you using that precious time to do work that you could do at home? Okay, so use the lesson time or reserve that time where you see the teacher to play through the pieces that you have worked on at home. So the lesson time is used to check the homework that you have done, and then subsequently to add on new things, so that every lesson is refreshing because you're always learning new things. Not keep repeating and last week's work comes back unlearned, and then you are bored, the teacher is bored, and the lesson becomes boring, and then it just spirals downward. So parents, how can we get to the point to get that child excited about practice? It's actually a misconception parents seem to have that it's the teacher's job that the kid comes home excited to practice their pieces. No, it's actually the parent's job. Okay, what do I mean by that? We only see your child for 1 hour at the lesson. Okay, you see your child every day, and you see that child 24 hours a day, all right, minus the time they go to school and all that. Yeah, but you see your child hopefully every day. All right, so if you condition your kids to brush their teeth every day, or to shower every day, or to eat breakfast and lunch and dinner every day, then there's one more thing that you need to condition your child. If you sign them up for piano lessons, then you need to establish the habit. And here I reinforce again, the habit of piano practice. So if you cannot condition them to practice and agree that there's a time set aside to practice the piano, then don't take up piano lessons. Okay, you're just wasting your money and you're wasting that child's time. They could use that time for other stuff that they do. Okay, rather than pick up piano playing skill and then not reinforcing it at home, and then every time they go to lesson it becomes a dread. Yeah, so they're really not learning anything. Okay, so this habit formation, yeah. So it's also a trend that I see these days, because parents think that the task of making the kids practice fall on the teacher. Now this is a fallacy. I repeat again, it's a fallacy, because these group of parents that think that way then think that I paid you money, yeah, and therefore it is your job. You need to see to it that my child loves piano and will come back and run to the piano and play the piece that you've taught them every day. That's not going to happen. All right? Maybe in a small minority of students that are very self-motivated, they will do that. But the rest of the normal human beings, they are not going to do that. You have to train them to build up the habit. Now, is this habit going to be, is it going to last them throughout life? Hopefully, yes, all right? It will go up and down, yeah? It will wane and it will peak, yeah? But if you started them off at the right track, hopefully this habit will persist. And even if they lose interest, at least you have tried and you have done your job. So probably the last thing you want to do is, if the child does not practice, then you say, okay, this is a bad teacher, I change to another teacher. And then the child didn't practice, okay, I changed to another teacher. So in 1 year, you would have gone through 12 different teachers, yeah? And none of them makes your child practice. And then you're wondering why this happened. Well, because right at the start, you did not set the habit of piano practice. So tell me, does your child practice? How did you go about building this habit of practice? The students that do well and actually manage to go all the way up to grade 8 are usually the ones where the parents played a big part in instilling that habit of piano practice from the start. So I hope this has been helpful. So till the next time, bye-bye.